here we are, after around 250 hours, maybe more, of gameplay. I completed the Act 2 of the game at 100%, and I present you my 100% guide to Act 2. In this guide, I will take into consideration that you took a look at my 100% guide of Act 1, so the first map of the game, plus the Underdark, plus the Grymforge, Act 1.5 guide about Mountain Pass and things about the Ghityankis, and now we can continue from here. So for the 100%, essentially we try to get as much content as possible, and at least right now in the game, getting as much content as possible means going into the good part of the game. So I'm not taking into consideration things about being bad, like killing random NPCs, ruining quests, but when I can, I will still give you some information about other things that you could do if you took, for example, a darker part, okay? For first, we enter from the Grymforge up here, or from the Mountain Pass. What changes is that if you enter from Grymforge, down here, around this spot, there are some goblins, and if you don't enter from here, when you will arrive around this spot, they could not be there, and in this spot, if you arrive here, you will meet a character, an enemy character, a little too early for my tastes, and you will miss some experience, but more than experience, you will miss some approval, especially. So it's better to enter from Mountain Pass. If you enter from Mountain Pass, you can reach this place, get some approval from some goblins by doing some dialogues, by saving an hyena and making a goblin go into the darkness. And after you do that, you can kill all of them. And there is this character you can meet here. I talk about this on another video about Carnice in detail. But essentially, you can decide to summon this character if you have an instrument you can get from Mintara. Or ignore the thing, don't summon him, and you can meet him later and get even more approval. So this is the difference between entering from here and entering from Grymforge. By entering from here, you can get experience and approval here, kill these enemies, and then this guy, instead of being accompanied by a bunch of other minions, he will be alone and it will be easier to defeat, and you'll get even more approval. So we want to enter from here. And here we'll do these things, explore. Down here there are a bunch of plants that once ambush you. You can of course fight them, kill them. So explore this part, explore down here. As I said, get approval and kill the enemies. And then you can proceed into the Shadowlands. So, what is your objective in this place? First objective, you need to understand how to traverse this place, because if you don't have a source of light, you will take damage, necrotic damage, every turn. So, for example, if in in the guide about Act 1.5 you got the Blood of Lathander, you will have a very good source of light. You just need to hold your weapon. Actually, you just need to have your weapon equipped and the passive that makes light active. Otherwise, just use torches or use spells that makes light. And thank you to that, you can traverse without taking damage. So this is the first thing you need to understand. You need some light, and with light you can traverse. If you're Shadowheart can very easily traverse this first part without taking damage, because she has the protection from Shar. So we enter from here again, we use light to not take damage, and for first I would advise you to sleep a bunch of times. The first time you enter here, you already go to sleep, and if you completed the quest about the Ghityankis, Voss will appear. You can side with him or try to fight him. I advise you not to side against him. It's stupid, it makes no sense. So try to side with him. He has a unique weapon, but I think you can get this weapon later. Siding with him or killing him will give you an item that tells you if Ghityankis are about to ambush you. So we do this thing, and here try to sleep a bunch of times, because you need to trigger a dialogue with Astarion that says that he wants to discover what is the meaning of some things that he has on his back, inscribed on his back, because Cazador, his master, let him some scars on the back that have some kind of hellish meaning. So after you trigger this dialogue about Astarion, there will be something later that we have to do. So sleep a bunch of time so that you trigger this thing. Instead of sleeping here, I advise you to go up to around this place. As soon as you go past this bridge, there is a bridge here, and close to these parts, if you sleep, not only you can trigger this dialogue with Astarion, but you should also trigger a cutscene where a guy, a mage, a wizard will appear in the night and will talk to you and Gale. To do this, you need to give Gale at least one item. So this means that you don't need to give items to Gale, too many items to Gale. Ignore the thing, just persuade him. After you enter here, even Mountain Pass, if I'm not wrong, if you talk to Gale, Gale will ask you to give an item at all cost. But if you push yourself away, you don't need to give the item. But if you give at least one item to Gale, and you get around this place, and you go to sleep, this character will appear, you will discover a bunch of things, and from then on, Gale won't need to eat items anymore. So you need to give Gale at least one item. After you do that, we can start exploring. Essentially, there is just one thing that you can mess up here. This thing is about Rolan, a character that maybe you saved in the Act 1. Rolan is in this place, and at a point he will run away, and we go down here. And like, I think that if you sleep a bunch of times, he could die. So this is the only thing you can miss here. The only thing that is very important to do. When Rolan will go away from this place, you need to go save him. And that's it. Then you can essentially explore in whatever direction and way you want with your pacing. I advise you to explore for first all of this starting part. In my opinion, you can, for example, already start exploring the places down here. Here there is an ambush in the Potters. There are a bunch of bases. So enemies. Here there are some more enemies. You need to turn off some lights and a bunch of dogs will appear. In this spot there is a quest, but maybe you could do this quest later. We'll talk about that later. Here there is a plant boss. And maybe there is another ambush about plants that can happen around here. I don't remember perfectly where it is. So in all of these parts there are just a bunch of fights, exploration, items to grab, and that's it. Here there is something you could miss, because there is a crow. If you interact with this crow, a bunch of other crows will appear. And you can kill these crows by getting some experience. If you don't interact, this fight won't start. And in this other part, don't enter this place here, last lighting. You can explore, you can do whatever you want, but before entering here, move here, because there are a bunch of harpers. If you enter here, they will just come here. But if you go there instead, a fight will start and you will be able to get even more experience. There is a guy that is called Yonas. I made a funny video about this guy. This guy will always die. There is no way to save him unless you are able to make these guys your enemies, but he will stay glitched and stay there forever. So this doesn't work. So go here, grab experience. They will run into this place. You can keep exploring these other parts too. Here there is a secret item. In this camp in shadow you can interact like with a grave, if I'm not wrong, but in the grave there is nothing. But then by moving here we will find a ring. Here there is a guy, I called him Crow Guy. He's called Voss or something like that. He will give you a quest, so take his quest. Here there is a strange secret, because there is this part where you can jump very far away, and here there isn't really anything in this spot. It's like this was the entrance of something, but you can really do anything more. I still want to try to find some information. Maybe it's some kind of Easter egg, or just some pieces of lore. Maybe some Easter egg about some place in the past. I have no idea. Here we are close to the other entrance. If you enter here, there is another map, little map to explore. That was a map you go before entering the Shadowlands to the grymforge, so you can explore that map. Here there are a bunch of other items. Maybe there is a fight here too, I don't remember very well. So after you explore all of these, or you can enter Last Lighting first, but at least do this first. The next part is the Last Lighting. In Last Lighting we met the harpers. If Mol is your friend, we'll help you with some dialogue at the start with the character that is called Jaira. Here there is Dammon. You can upgrade the Karlach, help Karlach by talking to Dammon here. If in Act 1 you try to romance multiple characters, in Act 2 you can still have a scene with almost all of the characters. Why I'm telling you this when I talked about Dammon? Because if you talk to Dammon now and you upgrade Karlach, then Karlach will try to have a romance with you, a romance scene. What happens is that you do a romance, then the other characters can be mad, and you can talk to some of them, and they could ask you to close your story with that character. If this happens, you can just tell them that they are the real important one. So for example, you have a story with Karlach, right? Then, I don't know, Gale is mad, you talk to Gale, you tell to Gale that he's the only important one, and thank you to this, you close the story with Karlach. And that's it. Try to talk with Karlach, because Karlach sometimes get mad, and it happens to me also that she glitched once. I reloaded and I did things a little differently by having different dialogues, and she was fine. So after you have a romance, you have to say to some other guy, or you have to talk to your romanceable character after you romance it, after you had the cutscene with it, and say that your story is over. If you do that, you open to romances with other characters. So for example, again, we have the romance with Karlach, right? Then a scene with Will starts, and you have the scene with Will. First with Karlach, we say to Karlach that it's over. Or for example, we talk to another character and we say that it's over with Karlach. Then a scene with Will starts. We have the scene with Will, then we say to Will that it's over. Or for example, we talk to Gale and we say to Gale that he's the only important one to us, and it stops the story with Will. Then another cutscene with Gale starts. We have the story with Gale, and then we talk to Shadowheart and we say to Shadowheart that she's the only important one to us, and the story with Gale is over. This is all you need to proceed. Cutscene, talk, say that it's over. And you can have cutscene, romance cutscenes with almost everyone. Just keep for last the most important one. And this is very hard to do, unfortunately. So for example, if Karlach is the most important one, and you want to have the romances with the others, you need not to upgrade the Karlach now, because you can have romances with the others. Then when you're ready, you upgrade Karlach, and Karlach romance will be the last one. So this way you can keep Karlach as your last romanceable character, right? You can have the romance scene with Shadowheart. You need to enter Act 3. So if you really want to have the scene with Shadowheart, you need to have the scenes with the others now, and then close every romance with the others. If you don't want to risk anything, just don't do any kisses and romantic things with anyone, and just stick with the one character you love. Let's keep going. So Dammon here, you can talk to Dammon now. You can give him infernal irons that you grab if you explored well to get some unique pieces of equipment. If Karlach is fit with you and you don't want to upgrade Karlach yet because you're worried about these things about romances, just move Karlach away, okay, and talk with Dammon while Karlach is not close to you, so you can get your pieces of equipment. Don't worry about the iron, the infernal iron, because you will find a lot more infernal iron, so that I have 4, and I can't even use this 4, at least until Act 2 you can use them. So this is what about Dammon. Here there is the strange ox again. Try, if you want, save and try to discover the truth about the strange ox. Then reload. Don't do that. Leave the strange ox alive. Around here, we have some things that you can get. There are some items here around the graves. Here there is a house, and then inside the house you can go downstairs. There is a huge area with some enemies too. Explore all of this area, and at the end you will appear inside Last Lighting. So enter Last Lighting. You can explore here, these parts all around. You can explore this part and you will appear inside Last Lighting. Around here there will be a lot of NPCs, a trader. Usually everyone there is a trader. Dammon is a trader. Here there is another trader. Try to buy or steal unique items. If you don't know how to steal, again, just use fog. You cast some fog and then you talk to the character and steal while he's busy talking to some of your other characters. There is an amazing clock. This clock here, Clock of Cunning Brew. Thank you to this clock. When it's equipped, you press disengage and you create a small fog around you for a short time. This is perfect to make someone steal. So, for example, you send your main character or another character to talk to a trader. You give the clock to Astarion or another stealing character. You disengage, you crouch, and you can steal even if people are watching there, because when you disengage, you create this small fog. You steal 2, 3, 4 items. You stop trying to steal. You save. The fog disappears. You disengage again. The fog appears again. You try to steal again 2, 3, 4 items. Again, you stop from stealing. You save, and keep repeating like this. This is the easier way to steal. Thank you to this clock that you can get from Mattis, that is inside of Last Lighting, the trader, the kid. Here you will find Rolan. There is a kid that wants to give a book to Rolan. You can try to convince the kid to give the book to you. You can even buy the book. Maybe I stole the book, then I read the book was useless, and through trading I gave back the book to the kid, and then I still had the dialogue to try to convince the kid to give the book to me or give the book to Rolan. I don't know if this book is something important. Probably it's not, but just some information that maybe you want to hear. After you talk to Rolan and like you do some things going ahead, for example entering Moonrise Tower, or if you go to sleep, Rolan will move away, as I said before here. So just go save him now, don't wait for him to die. That's some very important things. So this is about Rolan, and now there are 2 things to do. After you talk to Jaira, she asks you to talk to Isobel, and after you talk to Jaira, you can also go back here and you'll find some people that, if we didn't do this, and if we went in this spot, not by entering from here, but by entering from the grymforge, these people that now will be here could have appeared in this spot. Or if you don't kill the goblins and you decide to work with them, these guys will appear. These guys will appear here and try to ambush you, and they will be enemies. So the best way to do this, as I said, is to kill these guys. Don't call Karnis. You can work freely. Enter Last Lighting, talk to Jaira, go back. The guys will be here. You talk to the guys, and then with the guys, you move in this spot and you ambush this Karnis guy that is a draw spider guy. You talk to him. You convince him to run away. You get a lot of approval for Shadowlands and Astarion, that at this point should be the characters that have less approval with you. And then before he runs away, you can try to stop him, kill him, but don't do that close to the guys. Otherwise, the guys will fight against you for some reason. So you can convince the guy to run away alone. Leave here a very important lantern. We are about to talk, and then you can search for him and kill him to get even more experience, or at least items. Maybe not experience after they patch the game, but at least you can get the items. Yes, you can take a look at my guide, in-depth guide about this thing. Maybe it will help you understand better what to do. At the end of all of this, there will be the Moon Lantern. The Moon Lantern helps you traversing this second part that has heavy cures, where you can't move even if you have normal light. You need the Moon Lantern, or you need a Pixie to like give you his bless. So when you interact with the Moon Lantern, a Pixie inside the Moon Lantern will talk to you. Tell the Pixie that you don't want to free air. This will give you some approval. Then move away from your characters, free the Pixie, and the Pixie will give you a bless that will make everyone that is with you to go around every place you want without any source of light. So now for free, if you free the Pixie, you can go wherever you want. So after we did all of this, we completed essentially the exploration of this part, except for this spot here. Again, we'll talk about this later. Let's talk to Raphael and Mol first. So Astarion wants to talk to Raphael. I didn't let Astarion talk to Raphael here, but you can still talk to Raphael later in another spot, very important spot. So what happens is that at the end of all of this quest about Astarion, Raphael will tell you that if you kill a guy inside a place here in the mausoleum, essentially close to the mausoleum, it should be around here, the entrance. If you kill a guy down here inside this place, the Gauntlet of Shar, it's called the Gauntlet of Shar. It's not here, the Gauntlet of Shar. The Gauntlet of Shar is here, but I'm highlighting here on the waypoints. If you kill this guy, then Raphael will explain you the meaning of what is written on Astarion's back. But the problem is that when you talk to Raphael here, you still don't know anything about this thing that Raphael wants. So when you talk to Astarion in this spot with Raphael, Raphael will just say to you, okay, I will tell you that if you do something for me. But we still don't know what's this something. I suppose that if you talk with Raphael now with Astarion, and then you talk with Raphael again here, while you have Astarion once again, maybe you can have some dialogues where you try to ask Raphael to tell the truth about Astarion in exchange for doing what Raphael wants, right? But I didn't really test this. So if you want to be safe, don't talk to Raphael here with Astarion, talk to Raphael alone, and then talk with Raphael here when Astarion is with you. But I still think that the quest will go the same. Raphael is also playing with Mol some chess. You can help Mol win the game. After that, you can talk to Mol. Mol is kinda mad. I will explain to you that some of the guys, some tieflings died, and it's Zeblor's fault. The guys that are dead, I think, are around here, and you'll think that maybe you messed up something, but no, they have to die, so don't worry, they will always be dead. Now let's talk about Isobel. I did a lot of tests about this. If you talk to Isobel, a kidnapping event will start, and essentially you will have to fight some guys and a guy that is called Marcus. After you kill all of them, Mol will get kidnapped. If you never talk to Isobel and you go ahead with the story, this kidnapping event will never start. But at a point, Mol will still disappear, and you will find a letter where Mol says that she doesn't want you to search for her. But there is an interesting thing, because I went ahead in the story to find Mol, and if you make this event happen, Mol will have both of her eyes. Instead, if you don't do this thing, when I found Mol still had just one eye and the eye patch, even if she should not have the eye patch. What I'm saying that is that, in my opinion, you need to talk with Isobel. Otherwise, even if this could make sense, it's still some way glitches. So the best way to complete this is talking to Isobel and just get this event where Mol gets kidnapped. Constitution 7 throw will appear. You could think that that's about Mol, but it's not like that. I don't know if it's a glitch or something like that. I think there are some characters here that could fall prone at the start of the fight. and the constitution is about them, or maybe about Jaira. I think this is what I think. There is a guy here that will continue a quest. It's a guy that has an illness. He is sleeping, and you can save him by going ahead in the House of Healing. If you have Halsin with you, this is a quest about Halsin. After you go in this House of Healing, you can come back, wake up the guy, thank you to an instrument you got here. And if Halsin is with you, then you can proceed in the next parts of the Halsin quest. If you don't, the quest will just close now. Now, I advise you to enter from here. It's time to go here. If you have the Moonlantern already, let's not go to Moonrise Tower yet. We can enter from here. You can start exploring around, but I explored these parts before getting Halsin, but in my opinion it's not a good idea. I think it's better that you move straight. Yeah, there is a fight. You can do the fight. There is a sharp puzzle. You need to just read some read three plaques in the right order. It's not hard. Just keep trying, and a door will open. You can go inside the secret place. You can do a rite by cutting your head and giving some blood to Shar, and she will gift you some things. If you try to take a knife, a ceremonial knife, a bunch of enemies will appear. Just kill the enemies and that's it. But Shar could disapprove if you try to take the knife close to her. So these are things you can do here. Again, don't do these parts right now. For first, let's head into the House of Healing. Here you can find Arabella close to the graveyard. Arabella will tell you that she lost her parents, but talk to her, tell to her that you will to go into your camp, that you can help them, that you will help her. And now let's head into the House of Healing. The reason why I'm telling you to go here is because doing this, we can complete Halsin quest, get Halsin, and start getting some approval with Halsin too. So in this House of Healing, there are essentially this is a city, an old city, and there are a bunch of Thorm guys of the Ketheric Thorm family. All of these guys are revived, and they are in a very evil zombie undead form. They are all mad. You just need to talk to them and try to make them kill themselves or kill themselves yourself. Kill them yourself. So here you can meet one of the guy you need to take care of. You take care of that guy by talking to him, and you can get a bunch of approval. There is also a patient that is getting tortured. You can free him. You just run away, and that's it. After you do this, if you want, you can explore now above the roof, under this building, inside, all around. If you want, you can explore now. Here you will find Arabella parents. They are dead. After you do that, you can talk to Arabella and tell her about the fact that their parents are dead. You will discover that Arabella got a power, and the guy that makes you respect will help you in these dialogues. And at the end, Arabella will just decide, after you complete Act 2, she will just start her own journey, and that's it. It's nothing really important. This is just how things will play. So if you want, you can explore this place, but the most important thing, when you're done, when you took care of them, when you got the instrument you need, come back here, down here, go back to that guy, save him. He will wake up. You talk to Halsin, and then Halsin will move into this spot. In this spot, you will have a crazy fight with a lot of shadows. If you are strong enough, you can kill them. You can try to cast, if you have some scrolls, a necrotic spell that helps you. You can cast this spell over every turn if you maintain concentration. So that's a very, very good spell that helps you with AoE and damaging a lot of enemies. Otherwise, just try to survive. You need to keep the portal alive. After you do that, Halsin comes back, and when he comes back, all the enemies dies. So you don't really need to kill all of them yourself. And essentially, Halsin will save a kid that is not really a kid. And this kid has the power to save all of the Shadowlands, lifting the curse. But to do that, you need to go ahead into the story and kill the final boss of this part. So, after this part with Halsin, Halsin will join you, and this will help you getting approval from Halsin during all of the other quests that we'll do now. So we have Halsin. Now that we have Halsin, we can add here. If you want to get the max experience here, there are a bunch of complicated things you can do. There is a kid here. This kid is like the evil part of the kid that Halsin saved, and you need to reunite these two kids. If you talk to the kid, you can do a game. The kid will try to hide, but if you have see invisibility, the see invisibility spell, you can very easily spot him here, or just go close to him, pass a perception check, and you find him here. Then he will summon 3 enemies, and you enter turn-based mode, and you need to catch him again without being spotted by the enemies. And if you do that, you will win the game. If you lose the game, you still get a prize. It's the same thing. If you win, the shadows will disappear. So what you can do is to go here hidden, close to the kid with your main character. Then use your other characters to come here, fight themselves, the shadows. Kill just 2 of the shadows, because I think if you kill the 3rd one, the kid will say that he won. So if you want to win, kill just 2 shadows, and then after the 2 shadows are dead, if your main character is close to this kid and is not spotted, you can talk to the kid, and the kid will say that you won. This is crazy. Otherwise, just kill all the shadows, then talk to the kid. The kid will still give you the second prize, that is the same of the first prize, and that's it, essentially. If Halsin is with you, you can get some approval by telling the kid that you know his true identity. He will use a portal. The portal will teleport the kid here. You can have a fight, and you have to like attack his clones to damage him, but you can also attack him, but you will take damage back. So complete the fight, and after you did this, you completed this quest about Halsin and about these kids. After you did all of this, there isn't anything strange more to do. You completed this part too, so you completed 100% all of this map, all of this first part of the map, and you can just now keep going with the exploration of the second part with Halsin with you. If you want to go straight into Moonrise Tower, there is a secret from the Rolan spot. You can jump here and just walk straight here. You can, and so you enter the Moonrise Tower, and from here you can do Moonrise Tower activities, but I don't advise you to do that. It doesn't matter. It's better to enter Moonrise Tower later. So again, explore around here, do this shard puzzle. Here there are some things to explore. You can go underground and grab some items, some secret places. There is also a fight about some shadows, if I'm not wrong. Around all of here, you will find a lot of pieces of lore with some books and written things that will explain you some things about the story of the THORM family. Down here, there is a first boss of the THORM family. The best way to deal with this is to go in with a character that is not your main character. You need to have at least 5,000 gold. She will ask you gold, give her all of your gold, and in exchange, she will give you a unique item. After you do that, go back in with all of your team, talk with your main character this time, and you can decide either to attack her. If you have a lot of gold, she will do an attack that deals you damage based on the gold you have. So it's better to give her all your gold so that she can do damage to you with this attack. And when you kill her, you get the gold back. To kill her, you need to attack a bunch of floating heads. Attacking them will reduce the HP of this enemy. So this is a way. Otherwise, just persuade her into killing herself, essentially. You can explore this part. Down here in the side, there is an underground place where you can go and grab other items. Here we are close to this entrance to the Moonrise Tower. Here we can pass under Moonrise Tower, and we can go close to this Waning Moon place. This is where you can complete the quest that the crow guy gave you. Essentially, you need to find an item that is around this spot. It's a book. You can fight him or just complete this quest, trying to get some approval by like making him damage himself, but not too much. And at the end of this, it will give you an item that makes you summon a crow. But to grab this item, you will probably interact for free with another THORM guy, very fat big boy. If you pass a lot of checks with him, you can grab a lot of approval for Halsin, Astarion, Shadowlands. So keep passing checks, try to do the right dialogues, and at the end he will die again if you pass some of these checks, or if you want before the end you can try to just fight him, and you can fight him and a bunch of zombies, but if you want you can try to take care of the zombies first and then talk to him and take care of him at the end. Behind him there will be his secret place where he tried to make like some poisons. You can discover a secret recipe. To complete this recipe you need to get some items that I think you can get around here. No, around here if I'm not wrong. There are 3 items, 3 alchemic items that transformed will make you create this poison, this secret poison that I don't even remember what it does. It doesn't matter. So we did this one. We explored this part. You probably took care of this storm at the start, as I said. If you didn't explore this part yet, explore it. And around here there is an entrance that leads underground this place. And there are just other things, zombies, items to grab, etc, etc. So keep exploring. If you go close to this spot, some Ghityankis will ambush you. Just take care of them. If you want to you can bring Lysel here because it's more funny to fight Ghityankis while Lysel is with you. Here you can go ahead. You can see the evil army. If you try to go here, you will just end up in the prison of Moonrise Tower. So you can proceed from this spot. I don't advise you to do that because you will lose your items and then you need to retrieve them. But if you end up in a spot of the prison where you can then jump down in another area, but you can do that later, so you don't need to do this like in this way by losing your items. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. And so the only part that we are missing to explore, it's essentially the graveyard. Just move around the graveyard, grab items. You can find the rings, various things. And close to this place, close to another entrance to this house of healing, you will find Raphael. And again, Raphael here will ask you to enter a mausoleum. It's here. This mausoleum is the so-called Gauntlet of Shar. Again, the map moves, but the Gauntlet of Shar is not in this position. Talk with him with Astarion. Remember, this is kinda important. Do this here, at least, if you didn't do this here already with Astarion. Agree with him. Then you can explore this part. Here you can find a bunch of fishmen, kill them, a lot of experience, and another entrance that will bring you to a cavern. Down the cavern there is another fight with a bunch of monsters, and through that cavern you can enter the part that is connected with this other entrance. That again is under the house of healing. This entrance here is connected to this other entrance here, but it's not like from here you could easily get here because you need to jump down. But from here it's harder to get here because there is a path where you need to jump very high to reach it. We explored everything. There are just 2 things that you need to explore more before the end. This mausoleum, so this Gauntlet of Shar, and the Moonrise Tower. Essentially, if you want, you can enter the mausoleum. It's not really a problem. The important thing is that you don't enter the ultimate last part of the gauntlet. But let's talk about Moonrise Tower first. We enter from here. It's very easy to talk to the guys. If Halsin is with you and it's not close to you, these guys could attack you because Halsin doesn't have a tadpole. So maybe it's better not to explore this place with Halsin if you don't want to risk to mess up things. A little advice about Halsin. He's a druid. You can build a druid with 3 different subclasses. The second subclasses gives a lot of bonuses and power-ups when you transform, and at level 10, if I'm not wrong, makes you transform into an element, and these elements are crazy broken. Like there is the earth one that every time attacks something, if it hits, puts the enemy prone. There is the fire one that can haste himself for free without using any spells. There is the water one that can spam a lot of water spells from far away. These elements are very strong, so I advise you to build the druid in the second class because it's very good. The transformation is amazing. So enter straight. You can explore a little to the left, a little to the right if you want. You can enter it to the other side, but for now just go straight. Go into the main hall, start a cutscene. Try not to make anyone your enemy. Just agree to take care of some goblins, and if Minthara is alive here, you should find Minthara in this spot, and later you can save her if you are able to save her. You can, I think you can save her into the prison, or you can try to save her now, but making everyone hostile to you, so you need to fight anyone right now. There is also a crazy glitch that was discovered. Essentially, if you don't do the fight in the Emerald Grove, you knock out Minthara instead of killing her, then you transform Minthara into a ship, and then you with a spell you charm Minthara into following you. Then you bring Minthara here as a ship. A cutscene will start where Minthara is here, and at that point you will be able to make Minthara join you, like if you destroy the Emerald Grove. So Minthara can join you with this crazy glitch that makes no sense. It's possible that they could patch this, I don't know. Let's close the brackets about Minthara. After you did the cutscene here, you have to talk to a girl that is called Zrael. Try again not to mess up, and she will ask you to find a guy that is called Balthazar, and that it's down here. It's not the guy that Raphael wants dead, okay? You can reach the rooftop of this place, but if you do that without permission and they spot you, the enemies could turn hostile to you. So try to be careful. If you want, you can go there by being invisible. You can even try to like steal items from Ketheric Thorm that will be on the roof. You can try to grab an item on a chest behind Ketheric Thorm. You can explore the rooftop, but try to be invisible. Or you can just do that later. You don't really need to do this now. There is this potion girl around here in the 5th floor. This potion girl is one of the few characters that you really need not to kill now, because you can meet her later. Almost everyone here will die if you do everything correctly, even if you don't, because spoiler, it's not a spoiler. Until Act 2 you can really be bad. If you really try to help the bad guys, serving them, at the end they will betray you, and at the end you will still have to fight them. When we'll complete the exploration, before the end, before progressing, we'll kill everyone. Essentially, you can give her blood, and she will give you potions in exchange. If Astarion is with you, she will ask you if Astarion can bite her, and if you make Astarion agree to this, he will dislike, but you can still get approval in other ways. If you make some dialogues with her, I think with Gale as a wizard, she will start giving you gold too every time you give her blood. So you give her blood, and she gives in exchange a unique potion plus 200 gold for every character. There is also another event here about some gnolls, and the girl that is controlling the gnolls. You can make the gnolls killer. There are a lot of things that you can theoretically do to grab experience, approval, and things like that. Here there are the Zentarims that were in Act 1 in the Goblin base, and if you didn't kill them there, now they will be here, and you can just trade with them. Try not to kill them again. And here there is a very important trader, this Bugbear trader. This guy is very important because he can give you a lot of sell you a lot of unique items. So you talk to him the first time, and if you convince him, he will send you more unique items. If you talk to Zrael in her headquarters, Zrael will tell you that the Bugbear trader can give you some extra items. So you can get extra items by convincing the Bugbear first, And then by talking to Zrel, you can get even more extra items that you can buy from the Bugbear. And then, if you have Karlach with you, the Bugbear can also give Karlach a unique letter that talks about a friend that she had back then in Avernus. There are a bunch of eyes around here. If you want, you can try to kill them, but when you do that, you need to one-shot them. That's very important, because if I'm not wrong, if you're not able to one-shot them, sometimes it's like they become invincible. By exploring all around the second floor, there is a secret path from a balcony. It's here, and then you jump into a place here, you walk like this, and here you find some winged horrors. You can convince you not to fight with you or just kill them. Some extra experience that you could miss. Zel will also tell you to enter the rooms of Balthazar. In these rooms, there are some secrets. There is a library. If you press the right thing in the library, you will open a secret spot. There is something more you can do. Like, you can grab some art here. There is one that is different. If you put the correct one in the right space, you will open one more secret room. And in this secret room, you can build a lantern that makes you summon shadows. You can do that yourself if you pass a 30 check, or if Gale is with you. So explore the Balthazar room very well, doing all of this. Then there is the room of Ketheric Thorm. If you are be careful and no one finds you, you can go there. There is a dog. Dog will not attack you, he will chill. You can grab a lot of experience informations. There is also another room. It is supposed to be the room of the child, daughter or son, whatever it is, of Ketheric Thorm. You can explore that place too. There will be a mimic there that will fight you. And after you explored these rooms, you explored essentially everything. Try to explore well all around, in the balconies, all of the places. After you did all of these things, you talked to everyone. From the entrance to the left, there is a ladder. You go use this ladder, and you very easily find a wall. There is also an ogre that talks about something strange and points you in that direction to help you find this place. Here in this wall, you can interact with the Absolute. You can at the end try to resist the Absolute and prevent the Absolute from grabbing you, or you can let the Absolute grab you and you will have an interesting chat with this Absolute entity. You won't see a person, you will see some kind of energy that talks to you. And at the end, if this happens, you could end up falling down in a place, and after you fall down in that place, you will you are essentially into an elite colony. You just can explore a small place, just wander around. You can get a tadpole. You have a fight with some aberrations, and then you just exit, and you end up exiting in the prison. From the prison, there are a bunch of holes. If you jump into these holes, you end up again in the same place you already explored. And by just walking, you find the way to go back normally into the prison by jumping down on a ledge. I'm explaining to you this very fast because it's not something very hard. Like the prison exploration is very linear. There is the main prison where there are the cellars, and there is this other part behind the cellars. So when you go there, you can end up behind the cellars, but not free the guys in the cellars yet. For first, explore all of the prison, talk to the various guys, and then when you're ready, you can either kill everyone before freeing the prisoners, or you can free the prisoners. A fight will start, and from then on, it's time for you to start getting rid essentially of everyone around here and grab a lot of experience, because we don't have anything more to do in this place. You will find Wulbren and some tieflings. If you took care of the enemies, then behind them, where you appeared from the hole you fall down, there is a boat. So you free them, you go into the boat, you destroy some chains that keep the boat still. You kill the enemies if you have to kill them, or you don't if you killed them already. Then they can use the boat and end up in Last Light Inn. If instead of saving them from behind, like this, from destroying the walls behind the cellars, you open their prisons, they will run frontally, but then if you go in last lighting, it could happen that some of them won't be here, so it's safer to make them get into the boat. You can explore the headquarters of the boss of the prison. You can find an hammer, and you can give the hammer to Wulbren while he's still on the prison, and then you can tell him to just destroy the walls himself, and we'll just go close to the boat alone. Talk to them into the boat and tell them to go into last lighting, and you can go there yourself. After you served everyone, you can talk to Barkus, get some informations about Wulbren, and you can also talk to Rolan and the others. You can also talk to Alfir and Lacrissa and grab a bunch of rewards for all of this. One more thing I forgot previously, there is Mattis that talks about a secret key. I think use this key here in these Maisons of Guild, but you can probably open the door even without the key. So this is just an extra to help you not get confused about the importance of keys. Usually, it doesn't matter what key you get, you can just open doors by lockpicking or using the spell that opens door, and that's it. So, before doing that, maybe it's better, like, take care of the enemies, take care of the eyes, then go outside, talk to everyone outside. Here there is an important item. You can convince a guy to let you interact with this item. You can interact with the items, then you can talk to the guy, and the guy could try to kill himself by jumping into the water. You can convince him not to do that, but after you did all of this, there is not much to do. These guys eventually will turn hostile to you, so just kill all of them yourself now. So after you did that, it's better now to, if you are ready, to care of everyone, eliminate every enemy, everyone, talk to everyone, except for Potion Girl, except for Zentarims. If you did all of this, you got all of the items, you're ready to go ahead. It's time to enter the last dungeon. This is the Gauntlet of Shar. You enter from here, you go straight, you will find some enemies around. It is a fist puzzle. You need to press levers around here, and then you can turn off some lights, and by turning off some lights, you will reveal a path. If you don't have the light of your Lathander weapon, so turn off every kind of light, you will reveal a light that makes you meet the center. Like, essentially, you have, like, there is a statue in the middle, right? You have to enter from the right, move down, and go up. So you just need to do like this, work like this, and you can interact with the statue. If the lights are turned off, you will be able to see the path you need to take. If are turned on, you can still do this, but if you make a mistake, you will be pushed back. That's it. If you're able to interact with this Shar statue, you will open a door ahead, you will open a door to the left, you can go straight. There is a fight here, there are some skeletons and other enemies. The skeletons help you. If you kill them, you get some extra experience. If they send themselves, they move ahead, and then they can help you later in another fight. Don't proceed into this fight already, because this could be a tough fight. There are some portals. If you destroy the portals as fast as possible, the fight is easy. But if you let the portals make spawns enemies, you can get more experience, but the fight could be hard. So it's better to get them later, when maybe you could be higher level. So go here to the left too. You can explore here. There is another fight here. You can explore here, but don't go here now if you don't feel safe. You don't want to grab the maximum experience easier. So come back, and from the starting part this time, instead of going straight, you go ahead, but you need gems. You can grab 4 of these gems. You need 4. 1 here to the right and 3 to the left. If you want, you can go to the left first. You need to do a bunch of trials. These trials are not so hard to do. In the first one, you need to essentially use stealth to reach the end. There are 2 shadows that can spot you, but you can kill the shadows from far away. So you can try to kill the shadow and just go straight. So complete this thing, reach the end. After you reach the end, you can explore better and grab your items around if you want. Second trial, This could be hard, self-same trial. Essentially what happens is that in this trial you need to spit some of your blood. In the moment you do that, based on the characters you have inside of the trial and based on the items they have on that moment, some enemies will spawn, but every one of your characters needs to kill his own enemy alone. If you attack others, you will get some curses that will reduce your maximum HP. I think you can lift that curse with the spell that lifts curse, or maybe even if you go to sleep, I don't really know. But there is a trick to make this easier. Either you go with just one character that is very strong, you take care of, you remove your weapons and armor, then you interact with the altar, then you enter, and the enemy will appear without armors and without weapon. It will be very easy to do. But if you fight just one, you get experience from just one. Instead, go with 4 of your characters. Go with the 4 stronger characters in melee. This way should be very easy to kill all of your enemies. But remember to try to kill your own enemy yourself to don't get this curse. So here you get another first gem here, second gem here. Down here there is this fight lead trial. I didn't really understand this thing. You just need to work straight, jump like in some partially invisible platforms, get the reach the end and you get another gem. And here there is a library. This library is very important for Shadowheart. Inside this library there is a fight. During the inside of until you don't finish the fight, everyone inside the library is silenced. Just go in with melee characters or kill enemies from far away from outside the library if you want to use spells. There are some buttons. You press the buttons and you open the last part of the library, and then you need that book that tells some words that are like to kill the night song, you need the night singer. There are a lot of books here because it's a library. Find the right one. It's not hard, like it's very fast to grab these books. Find the right one and just put the right one where you have to put him in to open the last secret part of the library and get this spear that is very important for Shadowheart later. So after you did this trial, you got 3 gems. Come back here. You can find a lever, a portable lever. You use an elevator, go here, and you can adjust a lever on this spot by putting the lever on it. This will help you come back if you want. It's totally useless. So after you did this, got some experience. Here to the right, we have some more things we can do. We will find a panther with some tentacles. I don't remember the name of this kind of beast. You follow the beast, and here you will find that enemy that Raphael was talking about. Everyone wants to kill this guy. So what I advise you to do is let your teammates away. Try to be good with him. Persuade him into wanting to help him getting free of his pact with Raphael, because he made a pact with Raphael. After you do this, you can explore freely. There's a trader here. You can get some approval from this trader with some dialogues. Here there is this beast that you saw before. By interacting with some items, you will discover that he's being charmed by Thurgir. And by telling her some dialogues, and by talking to Thurgir too, and doing some moral dialogues, you can get some approval. So you can convince this beast to fight with you when you will fight Thurgir. You can also convince Thurgir to kill himself, but I don't advise you to do this because you won't get the same rewards. Explore around here by going down. There is a secret place here, a mirror room. I didn't find anything particular. I tried to find some information, and I find information about the fact that later, maybe in Act 3, there is some other place that is similar to this with some mirrors where you will at the end be able to do something. So maybe this thing here is just a teaser to something that will be later. I don't really know. Close to this mirror room, there is also a place where you can grab some items, secret items that are hidden. And around all of these places, you can find some rats. But if you go down here, close to the feet of a statue of Shar, you can find some kind of strange ritual with a book and then an helm of Shar. When you grab the helm, a rat will come out. So there are a lot of crazy strange rats, but when you talk with the rat, you can discover the truth about these rats. And essentially what we will discover is that Jurgir had to kill all of the justiciars, but there was one that saved himself by doing a pact with Raphael. So Jurgir had the pact to kill all of the justiciars. And this justiciar did a pact with Raphael to transform himself into a rat. Not one rat, but a lot of rats. Jurgir wasn't able to kill the last justiciar, and since he didn't do that, he can be free of his path. So Jurgir is stuck inside here, he can go outside. Here you can just side with the rats. They will give you one extra secret bunch of items you can find here, totally useless random items. Instead, if you fight them, you will kill a lot of rats, and at the end you can also kill the justiciar. Be careful here, because if you kill the justiciar now, Jurgir will be free of his path. If you then come back here, a dialogue will start, Raphael will appear, and since you didn't kill Jurgir, Astarion won't get the truth about what he has on his back. So what you can try to do is kill him and then attack Jurgir from far away, or attack some of his minions that are around here to start a fight. By doing this, the beast will join you with the fight, and since you are during a fight, you should be able to kill Jurgir. Otherwise, just knock him out after the fight, kill Jurgir, and after you killed Jurgir, come back here and finish off the enemy, because by killing him, he will have some secret unique items. Close to Jurgir there is a gem, and close to the ex-trader, the Gauntlet of Shar, that gives extra necrotic damage to every weapon you have, very very strong. Now, we can either just use the gems and go ahead and ignore this part, but I don't advise you to do that, or go to this part. If you are struggling, destroy the portals, otherwise fight the enemies until the end. The portals will disappear after they made spawn the last number of enemies they have to spawn. So you can get a lot of experience here. Here you can enter a secret room by opening a door. And here there is Balthazar. Balthazar will give you a ring you can sound to summon his a monster, okay? You can summon this guy, but only during a fight. So, for example, if you took care of everything, you can summon this guy anymore, because you don't have any way to summon him, and you can summon him only during a fight. You can try not to kill the enemy that is here, so that you can summon the guy here. Why you want to summon this guy? To kill him. Summon him, and then kill him instead, and get experience. Or you can do a very funny thing that will kinda glitch Balthazar, at least in my playthrough glitched him. By using the minor illusion, you can make Balthazar walk away from here, then enter here, close the door, attack one of his minions, summon the thing. The thing will be the thing will be hostile to you, but at least you will still be able to kill him. So you can kill him, you can kill the minions. And theoretically, Balthazar, if he's far away, he should not be mad with you, but he could glitch and not talk to you anymore. If you don't fight Balthazar here, you can fight him later and grab more experience, much more experience, but you supposedly want to fight these guys. And I don't know what happens if you go ahead and come back here later. I don't know if the guys will be still here. So at max you could miss around 400 experience or 500 if you don't kill these guys. So either use minor illusion to move Balthazar ahead and try to kill them without killing Balthazar, or ignore the thing, just go ahead, don't glitch Balthazar. It doesn't matter, like it will still appear later, but the problem is that maybe he won't talk to you and then he will attack you later. So after this thing, it's time. Now at this point there is nothing to do anymore into the entire map. When we'll use the gems to go in the last part, bring with you Shadow Art, and before going there, keep in mind some things. If you didn't kill the enemies, or maybe the majority of the enemies, into Moonrise Tower. When you will enter Moonrise Tower later, you will find a lot of corpses, like a fight started without you. And you will find harpers death and absolutists dead, okay? But if you kill everyone yourself, you won't find these corpses. So it's like every harper is alive, every harper is safe. But some of these harpers, to be fair, still disappears into nothingness. So at the end of the day, it's not really like you saved these harpers. At the end, these harpers still disappeared. I'm telling you this because if you're struggling with experience, you could get some experience from them. Because like, I don't kill them, but at least knock them out, and you could get some extra experience. But again, try not to mess up. And you need also to attack the right harpers. For example, I remember Bor was one of these harpers that disappears. The Fire Fist disappears too. So there are some characters that will just disappear from Last Lighting. These are the last advices I can give you before the end. Now it's time to just head into the last part. So use the gems. You go here. You need to enter the true last part. Let Shadowars do her thing. You can try to read her mind. She will be mad at you, but you should have enough approval so that this is not very important. If you do that, you will be able to hear the voice of Shar while Shar is talking to Shadowar. That's very interesting. Go to the ending part. Even if Balthazar is glitched and doesn't talk to you anymore while he's here, he will still talk to you in a cutscene when you enter the last part, and will ask you to go ahead and follow him. You follow him into the last part. You find this night song, and if everything is fine, you will start a dialogue with Balthazar, where Shadoward asks you not to listen to Balthazar. If he's glitched, you will just start a fight, and that's it. So, fight Balthazar, grab a lot of experience, and then at that point, you have to decide. Either you save this night song, or you kill this night song using the spear that you grabbed here on the library. Or you can give Balthazar the night song. Shadow will leave the party or will attack you. So after you did all of this, we enter the last part of the game. You can essentially, everyone will move away from Last Lighting. If you didn't talk to Isobel and you didn't start the kidnapping event, now Isobel will be here. If you didn't talk to Dammon with Karlach, a quest update will appear saying that you didn't help Karlach, but that's not exactly true because it happened to me to still find Dammon around here. But to be sure, just do this before entering the night song part. This is the bridge where you can find a lot of corpses if you didn't kill all of the enemies already. If you did that, you won't find anything. You'll just find Jaira here. You now need to just go into the rooftop and fight the last fight. So you have that fight, then the enemy runs away, and you can follow him essentially. Now you can grab Jaira as a companion with you, so Jaira can follow you. But I don't advise you to do that already, because to have the best dialogues, you want at least Karlach and Gale. And if you want a unique item for Will, you need also Will. I did a lot of experiments. In my playthrough, I didn't bring Will with me to see if I have another chance to grab that item, but I think that's not the case. So you are advised, if you want to get everything possible, you need Will at least, and then bring with you two strong characters. Gale and Karlach are two very good strong characters that can help you. So you jump down from the rooftop with your friends and Will, your best friend. There are a bunch of brains working around here. Just do whatever you want, kill everything, talk to them first if you want. So from the entrance, go to the right. Here there is the brain pet. If you saved him at the start of the game tutorial, you will find him here, and you will get a permanent summon. while you have an item that he will give you after you free him. Here there is a guy that's called Chop. Just kill everyone, chat first, then kill them, do whatever you want, take care of them, save him. You can go up here now. Here you will find Zero. You will discover the truth that he got infected with a tadpole, and for a moment the Absolute took control of him. So that's why he wasn't able to save some of the tieflings. That's why some tieflings died. And that's why Moll is mad. And that's why if you don't do the kidnapping event, you can think that maybe Moll went around trying to find Zevlor to get revenge. Okay, so save Zevlor, fight the guys here. Zevlor will just stay here. I don't know if you can like kill him. Don't do that. Probably it's not a good idea. Here you will find the person that will needs to save. This is a dive that will start like Mizora will appear to you when you go close to Last Lighting, close to Moonrise Tower, or if you sleep close to these places, and will ask you to save someone here. So you come here, you save this someone, and then if Will is with you, you can persuade the person that is here to give you a bonus and give a new weapon for Will. Of course, anyone can use that weapon. Here you can find some Merculians, some devotes of Mirkul. If you talk to their boss, they can give you the Bless of Mirkul, one of the gods of death. That's a very funny thing, in my opinion. And after you do that, just kill them. Wait, I think that maybe if you pass some checks, you already get the experience. So even if you kill them, you don't get experience anymore, maybe. But well, you do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Like these guys won't appear anymore. Here to the right, you can go away and you can heal here, getting back all your spell slots and everything you want. And go here where there is a fight that could be a little harder. If you stay with the bad guys, at the end you will end up here from the rooftop eventually, and you will find Balthazar trying to do experiments on you. And you will fight Balthazar. If Balthazar is dead, will just appear a necromancer. Funny thing is that if Balthazar is here, you will have Mintara and Ragzlin zombies fighting with him. The last things to do before entering the last part of the Act 2 is going here where there is this puzzle. If you complete this puzzle, you will find an item and a brain. There are some brains that you can get around the game. You can get these brains even at the start of the game during the tutorial. There are 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th one is behind this wall. To open this wall, you need to use this thing here. So that's progress. And then essentially do a puzzle.
But it is.
I will show you now how to complete this very fast. If you don't want to do this for yourself, otherwise just skip after I did the puzzle. So, yellow one, green one, this, violet one, or purple, like you want to call it, and blue one. So here you find the last one, and with this one you can go here in this brain reader. Here you can find an eye patch that it's probably of Moll, and that's the clue that tells you that Moll was here, but she's not here anymore because probably Raphael saved her. And in the brain reader you can read all the brains you have, but you just get a bunch of generic dialogues, okay, that could be interesting. But if you use this brain here, you will talk to some kind of Ghityanki, and by completing the dialogues, you can at the end grab a power up for the character. This is where you followed to the prison. So you appear down here, you can explore, and up here you go back into the prison. This was the place we were talking about. As you can see, it's very easy. It's a very small path that doesn't really need a lot of explanations. And when you're ready, from here you can heal again whenever you want. You can go in the ending part. In the ending part, there will be a fight that's 2 parts, okay? If you are struggling, for Fist, there is a Mind Flayer, take care of the Mind Flayer. If you have the Otto's Dance, you can use that to make the Mind Flayer don't act. The Mind Flayer is a problem because it can charm enemies. So you can try to do this on the Mind Flayer. There are also some items very strong. An example is the Brain of the Weak. I don't advise you to use this as soon as possible, but it's better to use this later because there is the second part of the fight with a boss even more dangerous. Essentially, if you use this spell, you can make an enemy weak to something that you decide, and then you can really destroy him with your best weapon. For example, if Karlach has a very strong sword, and you have something transformed, if you're level 10, you can transform into this thing. You can make him win. You can make an enemy weak to weapon, to slashing damage, and just destroying. To get this item, you need to get this on Act 1.5 on Mountain Pass to with a Ghityanki. It's called Jera, I guess, Quartermaster Jera, if I'm not wrong. Another advice that I can give you about the final fight is to, as soon as the fight starts, move away. This way, the enemies will come at you. And then maybe you can try to unleash a bunch of AoE spells with Gale and try to kill a lot of them all together. And then just focus on the Mind Flayer. And after the Mind Flayer, you can just fight the final boss alone. The Night Song will be here. You need to free the Night Song again. Just go close to her. Teleport there, become invisible and run there. Do whatever you want. After you free the Night Song, you will be able to damage the main boss. Then the second part of the fight starts. Just unleash everything you have on him and just do as much damage as possible. You can even skip the first part of the fight and go straight into the second part by persuading the enemy into surrendering. The second part will be a little harder in my opinion, so maybe it's better to do the first part normally. Plus you got more experience if you do all of the fights instead of persuading yourself out of the first part of the fight. So these are all of the things I could say to you about this ending part. You'll have a bunch of dialogues with Karlach, with Gale. Gale can blow up himself, tell him not to do that, or save and do that. You will just get a bad premature ending. Just come back here and play the normal game because we are just starting. After you did all of this, essentially you can have a bunch of chat with characters. You can explore once again. When you're ready, you can get away from here, and then in Moonrise Tower there will be some parties. You can talk to the Night Song. You can discover a bunch of things. You can talk to other characters. You can get Jaira with you forever, and you can talk to some traders once again. You can talk to Barkus, to Wulbren when you're ready. If you want, sleep a bunch of times before going ahead, and after you sleep, you can talk to the Night Song with Shadow Art, and that will uncover a bunch of truths about Shadow Art. And if you can keep sleeping a bunch of other times, at the end, Shadow Art will change her hairstyle. After you did all of this, you 100% completed the entire Act 2. When you will enter the new zone, you will let everything behind. You will see a cutscene that shows you maybe the cursed lifted, but this can happen only if you had Halsin with you, if I'm not wrong, because you need to save that kid. If you don't save that kid with Halsin, the curse will stay there. But like sincerely, you don't give a fuck because you won't be here anymore. But if you complete everything 100%, you will feel very happy watching that you saved this cursed land from everything, and you did your best. My kitten pressed ESC and a bunch of buttons. When you will enter the part 3, you will appear here. Then you can explore this small part. Then you have to go to sleep, and after you go to sleep, there will be some fights. So try to be ready, okay? Try to have the part you want to bring with you during the fight before going to sleep. This is the last advice for this guide. I hope you enjoyed it. If I forgot about something, I will write that in description, so it will be easier for you to find that. So maybe take a look. If you want to say something, just use the comments. If you want to ask questions, if you think that maybe I messed up something or I forgot about something, just talk in the comments. You can find in my channel, of course, a bunch of other guides, more in-depth guides about singular things that can happen in various situations, the 100% Act 1 guide, the 1.5 guide. Now, I will just play the Act 3, I will do my best, and maybe at the end, I will manage to do an Act 3 100% guide. If you want, you can also follow me on Twitch. Now I'm about to turn off this and I will stream there. So you can find them almost every day, playing Baldur's Gate 3 and trying to discover all of these secrets live. Again, thank you for watching, I'm not Jake. If you want, leave also a like, subscribe, and have a nice day. Bye bye!